Hello everybody, it's lovely to see you on this glorious day. Look at the blue skies and the green ground. How beautiful is that? I've titled this walkie-talkie Doing Things for the Right Reasons, and it was really spurred on by a conversation I heard online about someone struggling with a particular idol, the idol of being or wanting to be liked. What he was saying is that, especially during this time where a lot of church leaders are having to morph to online services and doing updates and walks and talks and things like that, we really have to challenge ourselves that we're doing it for the right reasons, because we can so easily fall into the trap of wanting to be liked, and in a sense that starts massaging our own ego, and then we start looking for views and clicks and likes and shares and all those things. And it's a real challenge to me, and Jesus talked about this in his teaching on the Sermon on the Mount, and he said these words: "Do not do your charitable deeds before men to be seen by them, otherwise you'll have no reward from your Father in heaven." And he said, don't sound a trumpet. So I suppose the Pharisees would do a good deed, or they would show how righteous they were by offering money to a peasant or something like that. And they would blow trumpets to say, "Hey, how amazing are we? Look at us." So what he's saying is that we know that phrase, don't we? We blow our own trumpet. That's in a way sort of puffing our own self up. And that's where that phrase comes from. I think what that's saying is, that we have to make sure that we're doing things for the right reasons. Are we doing our charitable deeds? Are we helping? Are we supporting? Are we teaching? Are we sharing? Are we praying and all that stuff? To be liked by people, or are we doing it because we're serving God and serving others? It's a real challenge, isn't it? So charitable deeds, doing things for the right reasons. The other thing he also talks about is fasting, for the right reasons. It's not something that many people are good at, fasting. And the reason why we do fast is because Jesus taught about fasting. In order, if we want to press into a particular thing, if we want to pray for a breakthrough, sometimes we fast, and that's that way of denying ourselves and being able to focus on God and asking for that power to be released if we want that prayer answered. But the Pharisees used to fast, and what they would do is it says they'd disfigure their faces, and they would look like, "Oh, poor me, look at me fasting, aren't I amazing man of God?" And what Jesus was saying, no, wash your face, anoint, and comb your hair, unlike me at the moment, so that nobody knows that you're fasting. So really, if you're fasting, you have to do it for the right reason. And what he's saying is, if you do it in secret, then God will hear you and reward you openly. And then he goes on to say about praying as well. The Pharisees, again, he uses them as an example all the time. They're on the corner of the streets going, "Oh, I pray, aren't I an amazing man of God?" All these wonderful, glorious prayers with all their regalia on. And then they would keep repeating these mantras over and over again. Or vain babblings is what Jesus says in some translations. And they do that, and they think they're going to be heard by their many words, but they also do it so that other people say, "Aren't they amazing? I wish I could pray like that. I wish I could be like that." But Jesus says, look, are you doing that for the right reason? Because Jesus said you need to go into your closet when you're on your own and pray. And if you do that in secret, then the Father will reward us openly. So whether you're doing charity, whether you're fasting, whether you're praying, or whatever you're doing, the importance of this teaching is that we must make sure that we're doing it for the right reasons. I really struggle with that, I remember one time I was in town, and it was just one of those times where I got an opportunity to share my faith with so many people. I got an opportunity to help some Muslim women and some of the homeless ones, people giving out the big issue, and it was just one thing after the other. And the first thing on my mind, I couldn't wait to tell others how amazing, God worked. And I had to really challenge myself. Was I telling people that because I wanted them to see how amazing, how an amazing evangelist I am? Or am I telling them because I want to tell people how amazing God is? It's a real challenge, isn't it? So I'd say this is a real challenge to me as we're, online, even doing these walkie-talkies or see my face on a Sunday. I must make sure that I'm doing this for the right reason, and it is to glorify God, and it is to share my faith, share the testimony of God and the gospel of Christ with others, so that others can come into the kingdom as well. And I must make sure, when we do that charity, when we do that prayer, when we fast, we do it for the right reasons. We do it to God, not for others, to show how amazing we are. What a challenge that is. Are you doing things for the right reasons? Am I doing things for the right reasons? And that's a challenge for me today, and I'm going to press into that and make sure I try and do things for the right reasons from now on. Anyway, come and join us online. Come and join us online tonight on Zoom Room at 7 o'clock for prayer. It's only half an hour, so don't think that we're going to be praying for hours, although we'd love to do that. You can just come on for half an hour, and then we'll end the meeting at just after 7:30. I'm sure many of us can spare half an hour, so look forward to seeing you then. Don't forget again, also we have prayer on Saturday at 9 o'clock, but also we have Mark Taylor from Northern Ireland with us, who's bringing God's word to us on the Sunday as well. Anyway, be blessed.